Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got a little project tonight. You guys saw the wheels we were putting on the Nova last time. These American Racing V-Riding wheels. These guys are right here. Pretty sweet little wheel, right? And you'll notice that this one's got a matte black band around it, if you will. That is not how they come from American Racing. I don't think you can order them that way. At least I could order them that way. They come like this. And you can see this one's taped up, but you have a chrome lip on these, which looks really nice with the black contrast, but I really wanted a matte black to kind of go with the motif of the Nova. So, as you can see, the little card trick here, if you guys are not familiar with this, this is a good one to tack into your repertoire of tricks and tips for painting wheels, at least while the wheels are already mounted on tires. So I wanted to go ahead and mount the tires up because during the mounting process, sometimes the machines can kind of scrub against these lips a little bit, and that could peel off the paint. Or what I'm going to use in this case is I'm going to use Plasti Dip. So I've got two different versions. There's the Plasti Dip, just a matte black Plasti Dip here. So you can get it at any home improvement store, Home Depot, Lowe's, that sort of thing. But I'm also going to go back over it with this peel coat, which is basically the same stuff. Just this is like a little bit thinner actually, so but it dries a little smoother. So on that other wheel we used the peel coat entirely on it, and it took like 12 different applications of this or layers of this to get it to really coat. So it took a while to do it. I've been reading online that you can take the Plasti Dip, which sprays on quite a bit thicker, hit that first to kind of get your coats, you know, the initial coat down, get it covered, and then you could smooth it out with this other stuff as it kind of melds together with peel coat and creates a really nice smooth look. So we're going to try that tonight, and if it turns out great, then you're going to see it. If it turns out okay, you're probably still going to see it, but if it turns out like crap, you're never going to see this video. So that being said, let's jump to it. You can see I have spent some time taping up the inner portion of the wheel. I put a little bit of trim tape around it so I can easily peel it off. And when I say trim tape, a really small, thin, 1/4 inch tape line that's going around the perimeter. So as I pull the tape off, that'll be left behind, and then I can peel that off at the very end. Hopefully we'll leave a very sharp edge around that so it looks really nice and professional. That's the hope. That's what we did on the other wheel. The only thing about the other wheel, there are a couple places where it pulled just enough off to show a little bit of this chrome edge. And I think, I mean, it was very noticeable if you just looked at the wheel. So let me take you back over there and see if we can see one of those places. I went and touched that back up with a brush and a little bit more of the Plasti Dip. So you can't, I don't know if you can see, there's just a teeny bit showing right here. Right there was one spot where I had to go back and touch it up with some Plasti Dip. But all in all, I think it's going to be okay. I might redo this one. It was the very first one I did. Didn't know what I was doing, and I was kind of learning on it. So, but places where I touched up, I also kind of rubbed it with my finger and got some of the Plasti Dip down in the wheel, and you can see it just kind of rubs off. So we'll have to do that just to make sure that we've got everything cleaned up and looking good. But anyway, you get it. You get the basic concept here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back over here. We're going to use our old card trick. So you buy a deck of cards and you stick it in the perimeter between the tire and the rim, like so. And you kind of work your way around. You've seen this before, I am sure, but if you haven't, here's something new. So I'll come back, I'll get that all done, and then we'll wipe this down a little bit, and we'll start coating. And I'll try to find a place for this to mount up so you guys can watch along. Okay, so I've got about as many coats as I can get on here with the Plasti Dip to cover it. It looks like it's fairly well covered, but I will attest to some of the accounts that I've seen online that Plasti Dip, I don't know if it's the way the can itself is designed or just the mixture that's in this, but it definitely sprays out a lot thicker and leaves a lot more texture on the surface. So I don't know if I can maybe get the light a little closer here. You can see better in there, but there's a lot of texture to it, a lot of orange peel, if you will, in that look. So what I want to do is I want to go back over it with the peel coat, excuse me, from Rust-Oleum. So it's a little thinner. I think it sprays on much thinner. So I think maybe that'll help us kind of smooth out the texture if everything works correctly. So that is next. We're going to try that. All right, guys, well, that's it. You can see the final result there. Looks pretty good. Took everything off, untaped it. I noticed that one thing you have to do is you gotta untape it while it's still a little bit wet. Otherwise, you risk pulling up the Plasti Dip and leaving the edge exposed, or pulling up off the edge and exposing, for instance, on this one, that chrome lip where I had issues on the other wheel I showed you earlier. So that's one lesson there, is to, if you're going to untape when it's still just a little bit wet. You won't get you'll have less risk in that happening. But hey, for the most part, this thing looks really good. I'm super happy with it. It turned out and dried really smooth, as you can see. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys out if you're going to be playing with Plasti Dip or doing something similar. I think it does have a lot of good uses. I wouldn't use it for a lot of different things, but in this case, I think it's a good use for it. So anyway, just a little quick video on Plasti Dip in the wheels for the Nova. Can't wait to get this thing back together and get the rear end figured out. So that's going to happen in the next couple weeks. Get the front end on it, set it back down, see how these wheels and tires look. That'll be coming soon, as well as drop the engine in and get it on the interior. Geez, we've got a lot of stuff to do. We're getting there. It's going to happen fast because I got to get it done. Next couple videos, I think I'm going to do some unboxing stuff and tell you guys about some of the parts and pieces for the car, show you what we're going to do for the audio, show you what we're going to do for a few other things for the transmission, that sort of thing. So until then, see ya next time on Southeast Beach Shop.